अस्सलाम वालेकुम स्टूडेंट्स, होप यू ऑल आर फाइन। स्टूडेंट्स, आज हम बायो क्लास 11 चैप्टर नंबर 11 एक्सरसाइज शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन आंसर्स सॉल्व करेंगे। सो लेट्स स्टार्ट। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन हमारे पास, लिस्ट स्ट्रक्चर्स ऑफ मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम। हियर आर द स्ट्रक्चर्स ऑफ मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम: टेस्टिकल्स, एपिडिडाइमस, vas deferens, ductus deferens, ejaculatory ducts, urethra, scrotum, prostate glands, seminal vesicles, seminal glands, corpus gland, bulbourethral glands. These structures work together to produce, store, and transport sperm as well as produce and transport semen. Here are brief overview of each structure function. Epididymis store and transport sperm. Vas deferens transport sperm from epididymis to ejaculatory ducts. Ejaculatory duct transports sperm from vas deferens to urethra. Urethra transports semen out of body. Scrotum protected regulate temperature. Prostate gland produce fluids for semen. Seminal vesicles produce fluids for semen. Next is question number 2. Explain hormonal control of human male reproductive function. The hormonal control of human male reproductive function involves a complex interplay of multiple hormones produced by hypothalamus, pituitary gland. Here is a simplified overview. Hypothalamus produce gonadotrophin releasing hormone GnRH, which stimulates pituitary gland. Next is pituitary gland produces two main hormones, LH luteinizing hormone and FSH follicle stimulating hormone. LH stimulates testosterone production. Follicle stimulating hormone stimulate spermatogenesis. Next is whose testosterone regulates characteristics ideas spermatogenesis, inhibits GnRH and LH production through negative feedback, and inhibits FSH production through negative feedback. This hormonal cascade regulates spermatogenesis, testosterone production, libido, and ejaculation. Dysregulation of this hormonal balance can lead to issues like hypogonadism and hypergonadism. It's important to note that this is a simplified explanation, and other hormones like prolactin, oxytocin, and vasopressin also play a role in reproductive function. Next is list structures of female reproductive system. Here are structures of female reproductive system: ovaries, fallopian tube, oviduct, uterus, cervix, vulva, and labia majora, clitoris, Bartholin's glands, vestibular glands. These structures work together to produce, export fetal development, and facilitate childbirth. Here are a brief overview of each structure function. First of all, ovaries produce eggs, oocytes. Fallopian tube transport egg from ovary to uterus. Uterus support fetal development. Cervix protect uterus, and vulva external genitalia protects clitoris and Bartholin glands. Next is question number 4. List the structure in order through which sperm passes on its way from seminiferous tubules to the fallopian tubule. Here are the structures in order. Sperm passes through on its way from seminiferous tubule to the fallopian tube. Seminiferous tubules. Next, straight tubules, or as tubuli recti, that is retia network of tiny tubes. Efferent ductules, also known as ductuli, efferents, epididymis, where they are stored. Capate, head of epididymis, corpus, body of epididymis, and cauda, tail of epididymis. Vas deferens, also known as ductus deferens, epula of vas deferens, a dilated portion of vas deferens, and prostatic urethra passes through prostate gland and membranous urethra, external urethral orifice, cervix, uterus, and fallopian tube, also known as oviduct. Fertilization typically occurs in epula of fallopian tube. This journey takes around 2 weeks and then only few minutes to travel through reproductive tracts during ovulation. Next is what changes occur in ovulation and menstruation during gestation period. During the gestation period, significant changes occur in ovulation and menstruation. First, we see ovulation. Ceases to occur. Though you as released from ovaries, hormonal changes. The placenta produces human chorionic gonadotrophin (HCG), which maintains corpus luteum, preventing follicles from developing. Next is menstruation. Ceases to occur. Menstrual period stop due to hormonal changes and uterine lining. The thickened uterine lining endometrium is maintained by progesterone supporting implantation and fetal growth. Other changes: increased progesterone maintains and support fetal growth, estrogen level increased and support fetal development and placental function, cervical mucus becomes thicker and more alkaline, creating a protective barrier. These changes ensure a healthy and support fetal development. Next is question number 6. Name three phases of menstruation cycle and mention the characteristic days. The three phases of menstrual cycle are: first is menstruation day 1 to 5, characterized by menstruation, shedding of endometrium, hormone levels, estrogen and progesterone are low. Next is phase 2, follicular phase, day 6 to 14, characterized by growth of new follicles, increase in estrogen level, thickening of endometrium, ovulation preparation. Next is phase 3, luteal phase, day 15 to 28, characterized by ovulation and formation of corpus luteum, produces progesterone, increase in progesterone level, preparation of uterine lining for implantation. Next question is, what is role of corpus luteum in menstrual cycle? The corpus luteum plays a crucial role in menstrual cycle progesterone production. After ovulation, the ruptured follicle in the ovary transforms into corpus luteum, which produces progesterone. Next is uterine lining preparation. Progesterone prepares the uterine lining endometrium by thickening and vascularizing it, making it receptive to implantation. Next is the corpus luteum continues to produce progesterone, supporting embryonic development until the placenta takes over progesterone production around 8 to 10 weeks. Next is menstruation regulation. If it doesn't occur, the corpus luteum degenerate, progesterone level drop, and menstruation ensues. In summary, corpus luteum produces progesterone to prepare uterine lining, supports embryonic development, and regulate menstruation. Next is what are the actions of GnRH, FSH, and LH in human reproductive functions? Here are the actions of GnRH, FSH, and LH in human reproductive functions. First one is GnRH, gonadotrophin releasing hormone, secreted by hypothalamus, stimulate pituitary gland to release FSH and LH, regulate menstrual cycle. Next is FSH, stand for follicle stimulating hormone, secreted by pituitary gland and stimulate follicular growth and development, induces estrogen production and stimulates spermatogenesis. Next is LH, luteinizing hormone, secreted by pituitary gland, triggers ovulation, stimulates corpus luteum to produce progesterone, stimulates testosterone production. In summary, GnRH, gonadotrophin releasing hormones, stimulate release of FSH and LH. FSH promotes follicular growth, estrogen production. LH triggers ovulation, progesterone production. Next is, why are so many sperms produced and so few ova produced? There are several reasons for this difference. First of all, high mortality rate. Many don't survive the journey through the reproductive tract competition. Multiple compete to fertilize, so producing many increases the chance of successful fertilization. Evolutionary advantage. Producing many allows for genetic diversity and adaptation to changing environment. Next is overproduction. Energy investment. They are much larger and more energy intensive to produce. Limited reproductive opportunities. They typically have a limited number of reproductive opportunities, so producing many ova is necessary. Quality over quantity. They invest more energy in each ovum to ensure its quality and potential for successful fertilization and development. Next is, why it is necessary for large number thus to be produced when only one sperm is required to bring about fertilization. There are several reasons. First one is competition. They are needed to compete for fertilization, increasing chance of successful fertilization. Next is mortality. Many die are lost. Next is genetic diversity. Large number ensure genetic diversity. Next is obstacles. They face obstacles like cervical mucus, uterine contractions, and immune responses. Distance. They must travel long distance to reach the egg. Time. Fertilization window is brief, requiring many to increase chances. Next is egg selection. Multiple allow the egg to select the earliest for fertilization. Fertilization efficiency. Large number compensate for low fertilization efficiency 1 to 5%. Approximately 250 to 500 million are produced. 1 to 5% reach fallopian tube. 1 to 10 reach the egg, and 1 fertilizes the egg. Next question is, enlist the reason of human infertility. Many reasons. Some are oligospermia, fewer than 50 million per millimeter of semen. Next is poor motility, asthenospermia. They don't move properly. Abnormal morphology, tritospermia. They have abnormal shapes. Hormonal imbalance. Imbalance of FSH, LH, or prolactin. Very so in large veins, scrotum affecting quality. Next, infections, epididymis, orchids, or prostatitis, which can damage. blockage of ducts, obstruction in epididymis, vas deferens, genetic disorders like Klinefelter syndrome, cystic fibrosis, chromosomal abnormalities, then lifestyle factors, smoking, excessive alcohol, stress, obesity, or certain medications, environmental toxins, exposure to chemicals like pesticide, heavy metal, or radiation, immunological factors, autoimmune responses, chronic health conditions, diabetes, hypertension, thyroid disorders. Next question is, write the differences between a human male and female reproductive system, spermatogenesis and oogenesis, primary and secondary spermatocytes, Sertoli cell and Leydig cell, spermatogenesis, perimetrium and endometrium, primary oocyte and secondary oocyte, menarche and menopause. Here are the differences. First is human male and female reproductive system. Human male, they consist of epididymis, vas deferens, ducts, urethra, and external genitalia. Female, they consist of ovaries, fallopian tubes, uterus, cervix, and external genitalia. Next is spermatogenesis and oogenesis. Spermatogenesis. It produces cells and involves mitosis and meiosis takes 70 to 80 days. Oogenesis produce eggs and involves mitosis and meiosis. Next is primary and secondary spermatocyte. प्राइमरी स्पर्मेटोसाइट डिप्लॉइड सेल्स होते हैं 46 क्रोमोसोम दैट अंडरगो meiosis 1. सेकेंडरी स्पर्मेटोसाइट हैप्लॉइड सेल्स 23 chromosomes resulting from meiosis 1 undergo meiosis 2. Next is Sertoli cell and Leydig cell. Sertoli cell support and nourish in seminiferous tubules. Leydig cell produces testosterone. Next is spermatids. Immature sperm cells undergo morphological changes. And next are sperms, mature sperm cells capable of fertilization. Next is perimetrium and endometrium. Perimetrium, outer layer of uterine tissue connects to pelvic wall. Endometrium, inner layer of uterine tissue sheds during menstruation. Next is primary oocyte and secondary. Primary oocyte, immature egg cell arrested in meiosis 1, completes meiosis 2 if fertilized. Secondary oocyte, mature egg cell leaves during ovulation. Menarche and menopause. Menarche, first menstrual period marks onset of puberty. Next is menopause. Last menstrual period marks end of reproductive period. So students, हमारी शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन कंप्लीट हो चुके हैं. होपफुली आपको समझ आ गई होगी. If you have any doubt, you can ask in comment section. Please like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you.